Good morning, guys. I am so excited right now because I just got an email saying that my Russian visa is ready for pickup. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. It just says come to the VFS office and then you find out whether you're approved or not approved. I'm hoping that I'm approved. But yeah, it's actually 2 weeks early. I was expecting that it was going to be July 10th or something that I would get it a couple weeks before I leave, but it's the end of June, so I hope all will go well and wish me luck, guys. Oh, is this a Russian private visa for 90 days that I was approved for? Yes, it is. I am so excited, guys. I mean, I had a feeling that obviously I was going to get it. I don't have a criminal record. I don't have any negative reasons to visit Russia. It's 2 weeks early. That means I can actually start booking my plane ticket to get to Russia, because I actually have to tell you guys, there's been some changes of what I think I actually want to do as far as, you know, the trek of my trip goes. One minor mistake that happened in my application when my cousin was applying for the invitation in St. Petersburg is that he didn't know that I wanted a multiple entry visa, so he just put one, because for most people it's just single entry. And so when I received his invitation and saw that he had put single, I called the federation here and I asked if I could still apply for a multiple even though he invited me on a single, and they said, like, no, that's honestly not the best. Like, what he wrote has to match up with what you're gonna put on your application, because otherwise, you know, they're kind of confused. So I was like, you know what, maybe it's a sign from the universe that I have to figure out a way to just enter Russia once, because I was hoping to get the multiple to be able to go into Mongolia through Russia and then enter Russia again from there. But it made me just realize that maybe this isn't the trip to do Mongolia, even though I really want to. Maybe I'll do it when I go to China and kind of include it in that trip. So right now, I'm thinking that I'm probably just going to do an extensive sort of trip of Kazakhstan and then have way more time for Russia and then Ukraine and then God knows where I might go next. So I'm just going to take it as a sign from the universe that Mongolia wasn't meant to be for this time, but I'm still just so excited to go to Russia. Alright guys, we are back from downtown and I just wanted to sit down with you and have a little chat about visas and kind of the two main types that I assume most people would be applying for, which is the tourist visa, which is 30 days, or the one that I got, which is a private visa, and that is for 90 days. All right, so starting with the tourist visa, number one, you do have to fill out their full visa application form, and that's actually done online. If it's anything like the private one, expect to give yourself at least 30 to 40 minutes to fill out the dang thing. I had to get so much extra information than what I thought they'd be asking for. I think they even ask, which countries have you been to in the last 10 years and like which dates. So for me that was a lot of countries, so I really had to like go back through all my old passports and like find all the different countries and write all that in there. Like, I don't know if they take it that seriously, but in case they did, I just wanted to give them the most accurate information. So give yourself some time to do the visa application form. You get a photo done that is 35 millimeters by 45 millimeters, and just the standard sort of blank face look that most passport sort of photos want. You put that on your application. Number two, you obviously need your passport or any other travel documents in their original form. They have to be valid for at least 6 months from your date of travel. Number three, they need a photocopy of the main pages of your passport, like where it has your picture and your passport number, all that kind of stuff. They need a photocopy of that. Number four, they need a letter from yourself explaining who is traveling, where, when, and with what purpose. So for me, I just told them that I have family in Russia. I've always wanted to do a Trans-Siberian type trip. I was honest with them and said that I think these are like the approximate dates of where I'm going to be when, but because I don't know how long the trains take in between each place, I don't know for sure. So basically they do just want as much information as possible about your trip. And they also want to know that for sure you can like afford your ticket home and not stay in Russia. So sometimes they may ask you for additional information like a bank statement or your round-trip plane tickets. I know I had to submit that for other visas in the past. And number five, this is the one that I think it can really range how you go about this, and because I didn't get the tourist visa, I don't have personal experience in this, but basically it says a standard form of confirmation for foreign tourists that's issued by a Russian hosting travel company. So in a way this is kind of even confusing to me because it makes it sound like you can't go to Russia unless you're going with a travel agency on some kind of tour. So if you are, then obviously you would just have them do this document for you. I'm sure they're very well versed in it, and it's supposed to give you some kind of reference number which you then enter into your application. But I have heard from other people who have traveled Russia alone is that there are specific agencies which are able to write the confirmation for you, even if you're not going to be going on an actual tour with them. So unfortunately, I can't really tell you guys much more about it because I don't have personal experience with that yet. So kind of do your research, maybe watch some videos of people who have done that as well to get some ideas. But those are basically the 5 things that you need for a tourist visa. Now, before we get into the slight different details of applying for a private visa, I wanted to mention something that I learned literally in the last minute before going to submit my visa, and I'm so glad I caught it because it's in very small print on the website and it's not in the main sort of page, so you could easily miss it and then have a delay with your visa because it's like a crucial document. So right as I was gathering all my documents in a file folder to take to VFS, I see this little section that says, if you were born in the Soviet Union countries before 1992, you have to submit additional documents. So I was like, oh crap, that's me. And I remembered that on the application form for my visa, that's the first question that they ask you, like, were you born in Russia or the Soviet Union? And I said yes, because technically the Soviet Union officially broke up in December, like something 1991. So I was born in February 1991. So I was born in the Soviet Union, and I had put yes. But it turns out, if that's the case for you, you have to submit an additional document stating that you chose the citizenship of like another country, that you don't somehow have dual citizenship or any kind of papers related to Russia. So in my case, I luckily still had my old Russian my Russian passport, I'm not Russian, I'm Ukrainian. I still had my old Ukrainian passport before I became a Canadian citizen, and I'm so grateful that I did, because all the other documents that they were asking for, I definitely did not have. So yeah, just a tricky little thing there. All right, so if that wasn't complicated enough, moving on to the private visa, which is basically the same, to be honest. It's just more information. What a private visa is, or who it's for, is for people who ideally have family in Russia, but I do believe that you can also apply for a private visa if you have really close friends. Actually, now that I look at it, to get a private visa is basically the same, yeah, as the tourist visa. The only difference is that instead of the tourist agency sending you some sort of invitation, it is an invitation that is arranged by your hosts through the local office of the Federal Migration Service in Russia, and to be submitted in original. So if you are thinking of doing a private visa, it is especially important for you to apply months in advance. Once my cousin submitted all of his documents, he told me that it would be like 22 or like 25 days until that confirmation would go through, and then I would be able to begin applying with all my documents here. So that's basically an extra month of time, even if you wanted to do the expedited visa here in Canada. I don't know if there's a way to speed that up on their end, but yeah, basically you have to have whoever's inviting you do that whole process at the office in their local jurisdiction in Russia. I believe it's like a $25 US fee for that. And instead of getting it through the mail, they actually do it electronically now, which is a lot more convenient. So those are really the main differences between the two. The tourist visa is only for 30 days, and the private visa is up to 90 days. I don't think you can get a tourist visa with more than single entry, but with a private visa you are able to do double entry, and that's what I had initially planned to do, but it didn't work out that way, which, to be honest, is fine. I'll have more time in Russia, and I'm super psyched about that. And yeah, that basically brings us to the end of this video. That's just a very short rundown of what to kind of expect if you're thinking of applying for a Russian visa. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I would love to know what you thought in the comments down below. Subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my videos. Ring the bell so you know when I post. And until I see you guys next time, I hope you're having an amazing day. Keep being your own kind of beautiful, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.